rich and I'm so rich and I'm so rich and I'm too sexy for the me too sexy for the shirt.
Yeah, what's good, y'all? It's your favorite Boing. Let's hop straight into the fucking video. Oh, you know what else is funny? Little side note. What else is funny is that y'all found out a shaboing is a dick. But I use terms unironically, just for shits and giggles. But anyways, they're like, you call yourself that? I was like, yeah, why not? You feel me? But today's video, I want to touch on Wavering a little bit. No Diddy. That sounds a little crazy. But I did a Zoom call about a week ago, and it kind of made me think about something where I feel like I need to clarify this as far as wavering. We know wavering is essentially thinking against your manifestation, whether that's just purely negative thoughts or opposing thoughts, which are two different things, whether you know it or not. Negative and opposing thoughts can be two different things, you feel me? And if you want an explanation on that, I have an older video on wavering, the difference between negative and opposing thoughts. However, what I will say is there is a constructive way to use your thoughts that'll help you work on self-concept or help you work through a problem, you feel me? Because a lot of people, what they end up feeling like, what I've noticed is they end up feeling like they're kind of disregarding their emotions, or like they feel off because they're not handling the problem. Like you're just kind of shoving it down and then you're forcing yourself to think these new affirmations, which works, you feel me, if you're strong enough spiritually to do that. But this is for the people who want to work through their problems and then start affirming, you feel me? Because I don't want y'all thinking this is a form of wavering. Because as I was talking about this, and I cleared it up for the lady that I was doing the Zoom call with, it just made sense. I was like, I need to make a video about this. So basically, the constructive way to use your so-called like negative thoughts, or let's say, let me be real specific, because in the call we were talking about, okay, what if something negative happens? You can't get it off your mind, you just want to, work through it, you feel me? I introduced her to what we call the trail of whys. If you don't know what the trail of whys is, it's like, if something happens and it triggers you, you essentially keep asking yourself why after you get to each answer. And what I've discovered each and every time you do that, you will come to the conclusion of a self-concept belief that is not working in your favor. You feel me? So I'm gonna use an example from my Discord that I saw today. It was basically, this girl was like, I'm applying for this job and I felt really good about it, but now that, I don't know if it was her friend or somebody she knew was also up for the job, she felt like she wasn't going to get it, which is basically you're being triggered, you feel me? There's no evidence to say that like this person is going to get it or whatever the case may be, or maybe you have a previous experience, so that's why you're triggered, but she's triggered. So what you would ask yourself is, okay, why do I feel like I'm not going to get the job? And you might get a simple answer like, or a surface level answer like, because I'm not qualified, or I feel like I'm not qualified. Why do you feel like you're not qualified? You'll get a next level answer. And ultimately, for this specific instance, what she'll end up at, or what this person would have ended up at, is the self-concept belief of, I'm not chosen, I'm not good enough. Feel me? You can do this for a lot of other things. If you're ever triggered and you're one of those people who are like, oh, I don't want to just shove it down and, push it away, and you want to get to the root of it, use the trail of whys. Ask yourself, why? Like each answer you get until you eventually come to a self-concept belief. That's what it always came back to for me. And this is why I say self-concept is so important. It's kind of be like a 2-in-1. I always tell y'all self-concept is so important is because it's these general beliefs that are creating your specific thoughts, which creates your specific behaviors and creates your specific outcomes, or what we call manifestations, you feel me? So this is what a lot of people do as well. They'll have a situation, they affirm against the situation, or they revise the situation, right? Which is cool, that works. But what I see a lot of people end up doing is they get in this habit of like putting out fires, not realizing that this is coming from a self-concept belief. And when you don't get to the root of a self-concept belief, a lot of times it just pops up in another place. So like, again, let's say with the example of finding out that the self-concept belief is, I'm not good enough or I'm not chosen. If you're not changing those beliefs, this person could change the job situation where she gets the job, but it could pop up in another aspect of life, like relationships or finances, things like this, family life. So y'all get my point, like this could pop up in another area of life, and a lot of y'all have probably experienced this where, let's say you you manifest your person, your SP, without really working on self-concept, cool. But then that belief of I'm not enough, I'm not chosen, I'm not wanted, I'm not capable. One of those, core beliefs, or what I want doesn't want me. You feel me? One of those core beliefs, it'll pop up in another area. This is why I'm really, really big on self-concept. So that's what I wanted to bring up today. It is not technically wavering, at least in my opinion. Y'all tell me what y'all think, but I really don't give a fuck what y'all think. Like, I'm gonna read the comments, but like, I'm just being humble. I know this shit work. This is not wavering if you're using it constructively. If you're thinking against or negatively thinking towards what you're manifesting in a destructive way, then yeah, that's 1000% wavering. But if you're using it constructively to get to the root of something, to find out what you need to work on, or using triggers as information, as we all should, I think I've been said this. Triggers are information. They're not technically a bad thing. It's just showing you where you're misaligned. You feel me? What beliefs need to be worked on a little bit more, because sometimes y'all be working on self-concept, a situation shows up and you still react in the same way, or you're getting triggered. It tells you, okay, you need a little bit more work on this, because when you really get that self-concept down as far as a certain aspect of whatever you're manifesting or trying to create in your life, your reactions are different. The way you respond to something is a lot different when the self-concept is actually there. You feel me? Like, if you feel like you're wanted, desired, chosen, worthy, whatever the case, you respond a lot differently to perceived rejection or mental obstacles, because a lot of times it really is just mental obstacles, but sometimes it's something you physically see. You respond a lot differently than when you don't have that self-concept there. So if you catch yourself being triggered, don't beat yourself up. Just be like, okay, A, I need to work on these beliefs a little bit more, and B, again, y'all can use the trail of whys, which is like tracing what is it that's really causing me to be triggered. That is a constructive way to use your triggers, your negative thoughts, your opposing thoughts, you feel me? Because you could even be like, okay, why am I constantly thinking this? Why am I constantly thinking that my SP doesn't want me, or I can't make this amount of money? You will get to the root, and it's going to solve a lot of your problems, because again, when I tell y'all, self-concept is the root of all the specific thoughts, behaviors, and outcomes. It'll change your life. So I'm gonna wrap this up there, because I know I'm being redundant. I'm purposely redundant for the most part. That way y'all actually take in the information and use it, and remember it as well. But yeah, that's today's video. And as always, keep it funky, nigga.